You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
We have an update as Augusta police are investigating a crash involving pedestrians and vehicles Wednesday night on Western Avenue. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Also, a Lowell, Massachusetts man was arrested Wednesday at Hollywood Slots Casino in Bangor for allegedly contributing to the overdose and death of a woman in Bangor in 2021. And several homes on James Street in Rockland were evacuated last night after a grenade was discovered. We'll explain along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
And TGIF, your full weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Alrighty, some rain totals have come in some areas, seeing up around 1 to 2 inches of rain near the parts of the Millinocket area. These areas also were under some flood alerts last night and earlier this morning, but now a lot of those have since calmed down as a lot of the showers and thunderstorms have since tracked off towards the east. We'll be watching for a small chance for another shower or storm, especially down toward the south, though, coming up later this afternoon, but most of us should stay dry. Here's the overall pattern right here as low pressure continues to track off towards the north and east, but it's going to be pulling in a little bit of moisture, which is why we have a small chance for a shower or storm coming up soon. Alrighty, futurecast watching that small chance for a shower or storm becoming mostly clear later on tonight, but there's another small chance for a shower or storm, and some that could linger late tonight and the parts of early Saturday morning before the northern counties still have a chance for a few showers coming up during the afternoon period. For Saturday, some of the winds may get around 10 to 15 miles per hour, though, out of the west to the northwest, then calming down a little bit later on tonight in the parts of tomorrow morning. Forecast for today, middle 80s, partly cloudy with a slight chance for a thunderstorm. Now west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance for a rain shower, lows in the lower 60s, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Already your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sun, temperatures making it into the middle 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Maine State Police have confirmed that a male juvenile was stabbed last night around 8:40 p.m. in Winterport. State Police and the Waldo County Sheriff's Office responded to the scene. The victim was transported to a local hospital. There is no word yet on the extent of his injuries. Several homes on James Street in Rockland were evacuated last night after a grenade was discovered. According to the state police, at approximately 7 p.m., the Rockland Police Department responded to a home on James Street following the discovery of a grenade. As a precaution, Rockland police officers evacuated nearby homes. The Maine State Police bomb team and the Maine Fire Marshal's office were contacted and responded to the scene. According to the state police, an investigation determined the grenade had been altered and was not a danger. It had been left by someone who lived at the residence but moved out in 2015. The Maine State Police bomb team removed the device to dispose of it. Augusta police are investigating a crash involving 2 pedestrians and 2 vehicles. It happened about 6 p.m. Wednesday night on Western Avenue in the area of Crossings Way. Deputy Chief Kevin Lully says a Honda SUV driven by 23-year-old Aaron Smith of Clinton was just taking off after being stopped in traffic when it was hit from behind. 54-year-old Jennifer Keene of Augusta was driving the Toyota SUV that hit Smith's vehicle and then struck 2 pedestrians. Lully says several of the people involved in the crash were transported to the hospital with injuries. Details of that crash are still being investigated. If you have any information about the crash, you're asked to contact the Augusta Police Department. A Lowell, Massachusetts man and another individual were arrested Wednesday at the Hollywood Slots Casino in Bangor in connection with the alleged distribution of fentanyl throughout the greater Bangor area. One of them was also charged with contributing to the overdose death of a woman in Bangor in 2021. According to the Maine Department of Public Safety, the arrests come after a 2-year joint investigation by the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency, Bangor Police Department, and the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration after identifying a suspected source of fentanyl contributed to the 2021 overdose death. Authorities say 26-year-old Lawrence Camille of Lowell, Massachusetts, and others traveled to Maine and stayed at local hotels in the greater Bangor area. Camillo would allegedly distribute fentanyl to local drug users. On Wednesday around 10:30 p.m., MDEA agents and Bangor police executed 2 search warrants for rooms at Hollywood Slots Casino, where Camillo and an associate were staying. They seized approximately 670 grams of fentanyl, 110 grams of cocaine, and $14,000 in suspected drug proceeds. The estimated street value of the drugs seized is approximately $75,000. The Penobscot County Grand Jury has indicted 3 people in connection with a shooting at the Half Acre nightclub back in April. 33-year-old Edward Evans of Bronx, New York, and his brother, 28-year-old Emil Evans of Augusta, were both indicted on assault charges. Emil was also indicted for criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon. Edward was indicted on additional charges of elevated aggravated assault and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. 36-year-old Andre Dixon of Bangor was indicted in connection with the April shooting at the nightclub. The charges include reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon and criminal mischief. Also, 44-year-old Kelly Giles of Carroll Plantation, who's been accused of burning her boyfriend's home to the ground, was indicted for arson and criminal mischief. And a Bangor mother accused of giving Narcan to revive her 2-year-old child was also indicted. 28-year-old Jessica Shepard was arrested for allegedly leaving fentanyl out in her home. According to court testimony, the child consumed it and overdosed. Shepard was indicted for domestic violence, reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon, and endangering the welfare of a child. A truck driver is expected to accept responsibility for causing the death of a state police detective who was struck by a dislodged tire. Detective Ben Campbell was headed to a training event when he stopped to help a driver in a snowstorm alongside Interstate 95 on April 3, 2019. He was fatally injured when a tire fell off the truck driven by Scott Willett and hit him. The state police previously suspended the license of a mechanic who inspected the truck. Willett has reached a plea agreement and is due in court on August 19th. A man charged with scamming more than $100,000 from multiple victims through his home repair business entered a plea in court Thursday. Tony Glidden, who was arrested in 2021 and charged with theft by deception, was scheduled for a bail revocation hearing at Kennebec County Superior Court before it was announced he would be entering a plea instead. Glidden pleaded guilty to all of the charges brought against him. Assistant General Suzanne Russell read the state's evidence of Glidden's guilt, including various excuses he told his victims as to why he could not fulfill the jobs he was hired to complete.
Limiting to a few of the following: the weather, manpower, theft of equipment, death of an employee, theft by his employees. A lending company stole his money. He had no money to buy materials until he paid off the debt so he could get a loan. Another customer had not paid him. He had COVID. His worker stole his truck. He was behind with projects. He fell off a roof and broke his wrist.
A date for sentencing has not been set, but is expected to take place later this summer. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the town of Skowhegan just got a large financial grant, and when we return, we'll look at what their plans are for the money. We'll be right back.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Shark Locker and Margaritaville Tequila present Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band. Life on the Flip Side Tour 2022 Redux. One night only at Maine Savings Amphitheater, August 2nd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band, August 2nd. Presented by Margaritaville Tequila and Landshark Lager.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by Her Closet Boutique Consignments, affordable new and gently used name brand clothing, shoes, and accessories for the entire family. Huff Power Sports, your local Bobcat compact tractor dealer. Come see what Bobcat has to offer. Huff Power Sports, your authorized Bobcat dealer. And Foxy Hair Design has been in Newport for 40 years, a family salon doing hair and nails, open Monday through Saturday.
signs of summer are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And a day at the lake brings the family together. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort, serving northern Maine to Portland. Choose from Daikin, Fujitsu, or Mitsubishi heat pumps, and you'll be ready for whatever summer brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
The town of Skowhegan just got a large grant to put toward its Skowhegan River Park project. Dylan Holloway gives us the details.
The town of Skowhegan is aiming to boost its outdoor recreation capabilities and local tourism industry by constructing the Skowhegan River Park. River Park Committee member Christina Cannon says the project has been in the works for about 20 years.
So the plan is to actually add access on both sides of the river. There will be a set of stairs from downtown, and then an ADA access ramp and a trail from the other side of the river into the gorge.
Cannon says the town of Skowhegan was recently awarded a grant of $4.9 million from the Economic Development Administration to put toward the River Park plan. She says the project will boost the whitewater rapids, allowing for surfing, paddling, and much more.
We are planning on putting 2 wave features in right here in our downtown river gorge, and then eventually likely a 3rd one down at the mouth of the gorge near the Big Eddy.
Cannon says the town of Skowhegan and the organization Main Street Skowhegan will be contributing funds to the program as well.
The fact that we are, putting in a river park that's going to bring paddlers, but also spectators, and we're going to host festivals and competitions right in our downtown, will impact things locally and benefit our local businesses.
According to Cannon, the hope is to construct the in-river features next summer. For more information on the Skowhegan River Park, go to runofriver.org. Reporting from Skowhegan, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC7 and Fox 22.
A new bill will allow automakers like Tesla and General Motors to offer incentives to buyers of their electric vehicles. Democratic Senators Chuck Schumer and Joe Manchin reached a deal on sweeping climate care and health care bill. It includes an extension of the federal tax credit for electric vehicle purchases. Currently, people who buy EVs receive a $7,500 tax credit, but it only applies to the first 200,000 EVs sold by an automaker. The proposed bill would remove that cap. It also would include a new $4,000 tax credit for purchasing a used electric vehicle. Congresswoman Shelley Pingree met with members of the House Agriculture Committee as well as hemp production stakeholders in Washington Thursday at an Agriculture Committee hearing regarding the USDA's hemp production program. At the hearing, Pingree highlighted the importance of her Hemp Advancement Act, which she introduced in February. The legislation is designed to improve the 2018 Farm Bill's hemp provisions and provide greater clarity to those who grow and process hemp. The 2018 Farm Bill declassified hemp as a controlled substance, allowing legal production of it, which is now commonly used for products like rope, textiles, paper, and CBD products. Pingree focused on the restrictions that are holding back Maine farmers who want to produce hemp.
The other thing that we're working on in the Hemp Advancement Act is to raise the allowable THC threshold for hemp and the in-process hemp extract to make the rules more workable for growers and processors, also ensuring that final hemp products sold to consumers aren't intoxicating.
Republican leader and ranking member of the House Agricultural Committee, Glenn Thompson, said in part, quote, "This is among our first hearings on this commodity, which is amazing given the work that we did. It's so long overdue." Senator Susan Collins' office announced nearly $90 million in proposed federal funding has been secured to support various projects and organizations in Maine. The secured funding includes $66 million for Maine road and pedestrian safety projects in the draft fiscal year 2023, transportation, housing, and urban development appropriations bill. $8 million has been secured for the University of Maine to address PFAS decontamination in the draft 2023 Commerce, Justice, and Science, as well as the agricultural appropriations bills. Nearly $6.2 million was secured for UMaine to conduct tick-borne disease research from the draft Agriculture, Interior and Environment, and Health and Human Services appropriations bills. The bills, which were officially released by the full Senate Appropriations Committee Thursday, must still be voted upon by the full Senate and House. For more information on other proposed funding, visit our website, foxbangor.com. Now with Friday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
After 3 years of dwindling supplies, Realtor.com now says listings bumped up in May and June as potential buyers are shut out by inflation and rising interest rates. Listings of homes under $100,000 were down more than 21% in June. Apple's profits fell in the most recent quarter by 10% compared to last year. The iPhone is still the big earner for Apple, with sales up 3%. Profits at Shell hit record levels for the second quarter in a row. Quarterly profits are at $16.7 billion, up over $13 billion from a year ago. And Sprite is going green by ditching green. Coca-Cola, the company behind Sprite, is getting rid of its signature green-tinted bottles and switching to clear plastic bottles, which are much easier to recycle. I'm Leo Jonathan with Friday's Business on ABC 7.
Coming up, there's a tree disease spreading across Maine that's causing major concerns in the town of Castine. We'll explain when we return.
I'm Jay Pearl from Carroll Harper & Associates, Maine's most experienced Medicare health plans agency. Every day we hear how complicated navigating the Medicare maze can be. Let us help. From enrolling in Medicare to finding the right Medicare health plan, we are your go-to agency. We represent Martins Point Generations Advantage and other Medicare health plans that meet our quality standards. There's no cost or obligation for our services, so call Carroll Harper & Associates today.
Ace Roofing, proudly serving the central Maine area. Book now before snowy weather. Call 207-949-6694 for superior quality, service, and workmanship. Ace Roofing. The ABC 7 at Fox 22 Ultimate Backyard Barbecue giveaway is back. 5 lucky winners will take home $100 in quality meats from WVII & Sons. In addition, 1 lucky winner will win a grand prize of a brand new Weber gas grill. All you need to do to become a winner is stop by and fill out an entry form at Body Graphics Studio, your clean and friendly one-stop destination for tattoos, piercings, and more. Or Jamar Construction Products. Call for everything you need for your construction project. Make your summer barbecue ultimate with ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Kids eat free all summer long. Find out where at hotlunchsummer.com. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer.
Did you know you don't have to be 65 years old to qualify for Medicare and Medicaid? Many people who are already on Medicaid also qualify for a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan, which means you can start taking advantage of all these benefits right now. A $0 or low monthly plan premium, preventive and comprehensive dental coverage, hearing coverage, vision coverage, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery, plus extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, home-delivered meals, and WellCare's telehealth services, which include online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. If you know you're eligible or think you might be, call 1-844-918-0047. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide or visit enrollwellcare.com to enroll now. WellCare, it's Medicare done well.
A tree disease spreading across Maine is causing major concerns in the town of Castine. Matthew Duronsik has the story.
Dutch elm disease is taking control of American elm trees across the state of Maine, but no town has been affected more than Castine.
We have had an increase in incidence of Dutch elm disease here in town this year, with over 30 trees affected.
According to Maine Forest Service pathologist Aaron Bergdahl, the disease was first found in the United States in 1930 and has killed more than 30 million trees. It's caused by an invasive fungi that is spread by elm bark beetles, which ultimately forces the tree to suffocate and die. Bergdahl is seeing a much faster rate of transmission of the disease this year compared to last year.
Dutch elm disease seems to be spreading quite rapidly this year especially, and I think some of the symptoms of Dutch elm disease appear to be developing quite rapidly this year, probably because we're in a little bit of a drought right now.
In response to the growing problem, the town of Castine inoculates its elm trees with an injectable fungicide every 3 years. But to Tenny, the problem seems to be with the private owners who haven't treated their elm trees.
Those trees that are not treated, mostly private trees, are vulnerable to the disease. So it is incumbent upon homeowners or property owners with important trees to treat their trees should they wish to.
Although many of the town's elm trees are treated, Bergdahl says there's still a chance they can get the disease.
Any elm tree out in the landscape has the possibility of getting Dutch elm disease because it's those elms that are on the roadsides and field edges that kind of are they kind of harbor the disease that will spread to elms in people's yards.
Reporting from Castine, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
The CDC has released a warning about a common drug that has been deadly for some kids. With more, here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
We've heard of the popular sleep aid melatonin. Health officials are warning that taking too much of it can be deadly, especially for kids. Melatonin is generally a safe drug at lower doses to regulate the sleep-wake cycle, but it can cause serious health problems if kids consume too much of it. The CDC released an alert to parents about a rise in reports of kids ingesting melatonin. Specifically, researchers at the Children's Hospital of Michigan found a rise in these reports to poison control by 530% over the past decade. The largest jump in these cases happened during the first year of the pandemic, which may be because kids were spending more time at home. And over the past decade, more kids have been hospitalized because of ingesting melatonin. Thankfully, there are actions parents can take to protect their kids. Some tips are to keep the safety cap of the melatonin bottle locked and keeping them out of your kid's reach. Some of the signs to look out for are belly pain, nausea or vomiting, and excessive tiredness. If you notice these symptoms in your child or suspect they may have accidentally ingested melatonin, call Poison Control immediately at 1-800-222-1222. With this Medical Minute, I'm Jay O'Brien.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
On the road. Broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by University of Maine Early College. Tuition-free online fall courses for high school students. umaine.edu/early college. Four Seasons Floral and Gifts, a family-owned and operated business offering only the finest floral arrangements and gifts with friendly service. And the Farmer's Table in Corinna for breakfast, lunches, dinners, and desserts made from farm-fresh ingredients.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When UC held me back, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC got the upper hand,
Rinvoq helped visibly repair the colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna. Ace Roofing, proudly serving the central Maine area. Book now before snowy weather. Call 207-949-6694 for superior quality, service, and workmanship. Ace Roofing.
What a blast we had all this week at the fair. Besides practically eating everything in sight, we rode almost every ride you can imagine. Yeah, even the bumper cars. And as you can see, we also scored big on some of the games on the Midway. Look what I won. But we couldn't leave here until we tried one last fair classic, the funnel cake. And since the fair only comes to town every so often, we decided to create an easy homemade version that's made just like they do here. It starts off with a quick throw together batter that we drizzle through a funnel into hot oil. Yeah, a funnel. That's where it gets its name. Once it's golden on one side, we flip it until it's crispy on the outside and tender delicious on the inside. After they drain for a minute or so, it's time to dust them with lots of powdered sugar. Let me tell you, these are perfect to nibble on when you want the taste of the fair at home. So here's what I suggest. Go online and get the recipe for our easy funnel cakes along with all of our fair favorites. Now there's no hiding the fact that you ate one, since you'll probably end up with powdered sugar all over your face. I'm Howard from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, and now I have to round up the rest of the troops and head back to the test kitchen so we can whip up even more. Ooh, it's so good.
Together Place in Bangor just announced the winners of its annual Periscope writing contest. Those who participated could write poetry, a story, or an essay, with the winners getting their entries published. First prize for the contest is $250, second is $125, and third is $100. Kirsten Shonley won this year's contest and says she's ready for her work to be published.
I'm very excited about it. Hopefully, it's going to be out there in the state of Maine. Hopefully other recovery centers will be aware of the chapbook.
Shonley and two other winners gathered at the Together Place for an award ceremony Thursday evening where they had an opportunity to share their pieces. Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Happy Friday, Devin.
All righty, happy Friday afternoon, TGIF. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All righty, looking pretty decent out there. We had some rainfall reports last night in the parts of this morning where some areas saw up to 1 to 2 inches of rainfall in the northern parts of our viewing area. This did prompt a few flood alerts too, but now things are starting to improve as a lot of the precipitation has finally gotten out of here. A lot of this right here is tracking off towards the north and east. Notice the clouds across the southern parts of our viewing area. These areas will have a slight chance for a shower or a storm coming up later on this afternoon, and some of that may linger into the evening period as well. Nothing major to get too worried about there as we're watching this low pressure system tracking off towards the north and east. So again, showers, a small chance for a shower or storm possible later on this afternoon or so. Wave height's not too bad at around 3 to 4 feet according to some of the buoys. Even another area down to around 2 feet. If you're thinking about going to the ocean, water temperatures are down a little bit, but still doing pretty decent. The 60s out there too, so they've warmed up since winter, of course. But if you want the bath water temperatures, that's farther down toward the south. We are seeing some of those temperatures that are in the 80s at this point too, so that's farther down towards the southeastern coast of the U.S. Air temperatures, though, average high is 81 degrees. We'll be in the middle to upper 80s for the next few days and several days too, with heat and humidity cranking up as we head towards the latter parts of the next few days, though. So another heat wave will be on the way as we head towards next week. Your muggy meter, though, showing the dew points that will be on the rise again, especially as we head towards Tuesday into the 70s. Will fall off by Wednesday, but by Thursday or so, we'll see those dew points rising yet again. Your UV index forecast for today will be at an 8. That is very high. A bird time of around 15 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you're out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. Moving forward, though, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. Small chance for a shower or a storm across the southeastern parts of our viewing area. Becoming mostly clear briefly overnight tonight. Might see a quick shower, though, across our southern counties again as we head towards Saturday morning. Then our northern counties, though, for Saturday afternoon with a small chance for a few showers as well before all of that begins to get out of here as we head towards early Sunday morning with a mostly clear sky. That'll be on the way. Middle 80s today, partly cloudy with a slight chance for a storm with that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s on the way, partly cloudy, a slight chance for a rain shower, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Scott's Recreation extended forecast, small chance for rain showers Saturday, highs in the mid 80s, upper 80s by Sunday, partly cloudy. Monday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 80s. More storms Tuesday, highs in the upper 80s.
Thank you, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We've got a quick programming note. ABC 7 News at 6 with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones will be on the road tonight, broadcasting from Newport. Have a great afternoon and a great weekend.
Were you injured on a construction site? Getting hurt on the job happens fast. The bills and medical expenses can add up even faster.
I wasn't going to take chances with my future. That's why I called the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
They had the resources and the experience to help me.
If you've been hurt on the job, call now for a confidential, free evaluation.
I don't know what I would have done without them.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
You're watching